Mic check. 1 second. Mic check. Yep. All right. Looks good. Let's go. Banger. Let's see. All right. Got my levels set here. Looking to see how this 930 open reacts. We're sitting inside of this bullish breaker structure on the 30-minute. And we also got this move lower, but notice we're inside of this wick here, so it looks bullish. We got this wick lower. All right. And now we're breaking this internal high here. Really clean. Do we have any SMT off of this low here? Yeah, so we have hidden SMT off of this low right here. Let me actually make this, yeah. Hidden SMT off of that low. How would I play this? If you were looking at this 30-minute, that looks pretty interesting, right? You see price drive back into this zone here. Naturally, you're thinking higher. What happens on the lower time frame? 1 minute. 30-minute, scale down, maybe 10-minute, yeah. Looking for SMT off of one of these order blocks. You drive into here. That's tough, bro. You could actually, it's like this is a 30-minute example of what we've been trading on the 1 minute. I just caught it looking at it here. You got this run higher, pullback, breaker structure. Now we're driving back into here that we should be able to take this high here. Question is, what would you use as your entry confirmation? You got this inversion here. I would say I want to see a down close candle get retested. There it is right there. And we're above the EMA now. This looks like a buy already, man. The moment we flip this bearish candle right here, close through it, you see this 1 minute candle drive into it, tries to, go bearish, fails, gets the EMA support, but that's a 2 minute chart. Okay, so where's the 1 minute? Yeah, this is it right here. Notice we have, where's this bearish candle right here? Yeah, notice this bearish candle right here. Close through it, tap into it, continue. And then the same candle over here looks good. 933 candle. Close through it. Looks pretty good. That's a good trade. It's funny, I never noticed that it was offering the pattern on the 30-minute chart, but that is what you call, this one's a little bit different, I guess. Yeah, that is what you call pretty solid. We have news at 9:45, so let's see if news pushes lower or what here. We got YM, 30-minute chart. $15-minute chart. 5-minute chart. Yeah, everything is so bullish right now. 930 pushes right into this yellow area here. Closes through this candle right here. Yeah, this is bullish. I just don't know if news is gonna manipulate or hold bullish. 34, 33. It looks like the buys came in literally right here at market open, driving to here, closed through this bearish candle, retest. This was your confirmation here. Tight stop. Target these highs. Are those, yeah, target those highs. Something like that. What's the risk to reward here? Not even. So you would have to go tight stop. That's why I want to wait here. But 945 could push price right through these highs. Looks like it will. Really nice setup there. I'll keep my eyes on that for next time. This was a clean 30-minute profile here. You get this, essentially it's a breaker, low, high, low, higher, high. Tap into this gray breaker area and you see the rejection. See the 5-minute inversion. You see, really the 1 minute would have been the best entry because you get a precise stop loss where you want to put your stop. 40 points, look for about 1 R. Not terrible, right? But that's not really the trade I'm looking to catch right away. Let's see, do we have any displacements here? Here goes the news candle. Oh, that's your entry. That is your entry there, kid. It's should run from here now. That was a nice drive back. Oh, that was nice. That was your buy. If you had a limit set right here on this order block, that was nice. Let's see what happens next here. We got 930 driving here, taps into it. This is a decent displacement if you ask me. It's a decent displacement. But you would want to see both of these tap back into here. I doubt if it will though. I think it's just gonna run now. That was a good tap. That was a really good tap. There it goes. It's really so clean right now. It's crazy. I don't use the 30-minute, but I gotta take a peek at that. Typically, when I'm looking at the 30-minute, I'm just looking for levels. I'm looking for breaks and structure. This is the first time I actually noticed the entry model sitting on the 30-minute chart like that, and it worked just like I would anticipate it to. Beautiful trade. 945 wick down, retest, SMT off of that drive, flying away. All right, cool. That looks like the end of the news. So with the news pretty much done here, I can draw up something real quick. I didn't see anyone else take that trade on YouTube either, but I saw it shaping up. Next time I'll play it if it looks this clean on the higher time frame. All right, so now, long story short, we're taking out this pre-market high here, this 8 a.m. high. How does price respond to taking that out? We're about to see. We have a nice 4-minute, nope, no order blocks there. That makes sense. All right, cool. So yeah, here, run away, push back, displace, take that high. So with this move here, really all of this is the same area here. This is crazy to me, man. This volume is like so quick off the open. And you got YM doing the same thing from yesterday, just not showing any speed higher whatsoever. Notice there was no like 1 minute displacements there either. So that right there was just really quick. But I love how this delivered, bro. You had the overnight area of interest. You had 9:30 tap into that area. And then boom. Go time. Hmm. So this was at 40 to 45. $35 to $40. Yeah, we're chilling. This was a very fast run higher. I want to see how price responds here after taking out that high. Push up, pull back, break. Yeah, all of this right here, bro. This is the key area here. And I want to see, so on this 30-minute chart, right, I was able to draw this trade idea up off of this breaking structure here. So this candle right here, this low right here was important. You got the drive, you got the pullback, you got the breaker structure with this 30-minute candle. Price pulls back to this order block. Let's see, ES, same thing here. Price pulled back to this base here. Candle opening price. Let's see what happened at that level. Beautiful 5-minute wicks. Oh my goodness, that's so clean. What's the 1 minute doing? And that's where your protocol started. Oh yeah, that's clean. That is clean. And that's where you can look for the best entry. At the extreme of that breaker structure candle. That was a deep pullback. We pulled back all the way to that breakout candle. All right, here we go now, right? We put in the top here. I want to see price revisit this area down here. Let me actually mark off, yeah. So this bottom was put in. We put in a few higher lows here. And then we break structure. Then we pull back again and we break structure. Yeah, anything into here. Look at it. Look at that reaction. Yeah, anything into here is pretty much what you expect to hold if we're truly bullish. And if we have somewhere to be, yeah. So now that we've taken that high, now that we're driving back into here, let's see how price responds to this bearish candle here. If this bearish candle can be broken with a nice, strong move, you would anticipate some sort of gap, and then you can enter on that gap and take it higher, maybe to this previous daily level here, previous daily high. Give me that. You like to come in here and... And that EMA is holding up nicely too. So that's another reason why it's like, all right, let's see how this plays out. All right, so if I'm looking at this and I'm like, do we have any 5-minute key areas that I like here? No. But I do like how price put in this bottom right here. Tap into it, ran away, pull back, displace. Is there like a 2-minute fair value gap? There's a 2-minute gap right here. 5-minute gap down there. Let's see what 10 a.m. has to say about this setup. I'll mark off 10 a.m. here. It's like 5 minutes away. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and wait for 10 a.m. to see how price responds here. Yeah. So we're chilling once again. See what that 2-minute looks like here. All right, so here we go. This is where, let me draw this up 1 second. Cool. So this is where, let's see here. This is where you draw up the buy opportunity. Looking for a clean trade idea here. 10 a.m. opens lower. We're getting SMT. Yeah, looks pretty solid to me. So what I'm thinking is how price responds off of here should be similar to what we saw here. You get this nice drive. The moment price starts respecting bearish candles here after flipping them. So here's your first 1 minute bearish candle right now. Cooking up right now. Still got that EMA to break. I want to see price above that EMA. And then I'll get involved here. This is quick, kid. I want to buy ES as well. I would like to buy ES above this 10 a.m. here. I'm looking for that previous daily high as my target. All right, let me draw this up. This should be my stop, and here's something like this, 6, 4, something like that, 12, 7 for 12. Nice. So we're getting a few areas of interest now. You get another bearish candle right here. So that's another range that I'm keeping my eyes on. I want to see how price responds to this bearish candle range. A solid move above it, and that tells me price is ready to go higher. I'm looking to get filled probably somewhere like this, 1.5. All right. No, put that back. Yeah, something like this. I like how these timestamps look in this area. I like the SMT in this area. All right, NASDAQ pushed a little bit deeper, taking out, what did it take out? Oh, it looks like ES pushed a little deeper actually, so I may trade NAS. I may trade the NASDAQ, guys. Hold on. Yeah, this SMT. The one thing I'm thinking though is like when you think of time, we're tapping into 2 a.m. price on NAS. ES is nowhere near that, even though, and I think ES beat NASDAQ to this high. No, they both take it at the same time. I guess it really wouldn't matter, whichever one you're comfortable with. Yeah, it really wouldn't matter. Overnight price, which one was stronger? All right, looks like they're taking out very similar lows. Slightly weaker here on NASDAQ. Slightly. Who takes this high first after this move? This high was at 350. They still take the highs at the exact same time. So maybe NASDAQ, if NASDAQ is giving you that much strength, I guess there's no reason not to trade. Well, I can trade ES, bro. It's fine. ES is right here. I can catch 1.5. NASDAQ isn't as calm as ES usually. Usually, like all the weird wicks and stuff happen on NASDAQ. But yeah, I'm starting to like this, bro. What's my entry price? If I can get in like right here, I'd have to have a bigger stop. But I still can catch like 1.3, which is fine. Because we're trading closer to the highs, right? So you gotta be careful when you're entering closer to the highs. I don't need such big targets, but that kind of makes me actually want to trade NASDAQ here. Actually, yeah, we get a nice move above here. I'm gonna try this on NASDAQ because 48. We target that previous. Yeah, we get much better risk to reward. Let's do NASDAQ. No reason not to. They look similar. All right, yeah. So I'm looking for a nice close up above here, or a nice push, really. I should just go ahead and get ready. 5. Stops underneath here. Really nice drive here. I like this because we get to see if the buyers are going to take over. All right. So a deep drive like this and then a flip back above this EMA makes me like this setup, right? I'm already framing the idea. So I'm already setting my bias, which will essentially help me pull the trigger when I see what I want to see to finish off this trade. You can see the resistance here coming from this 2 p.m. price over here on NASDAQ. Zoom in on it. You see this 2 p.m. level from yesterday's session. Pretty valid. Price doesn't hold well above it. You know, we got above it with one massive move and then immediately fell right back underneath it. So actually, this could be bearish. Every time we've gotten above, well, actually, I take that back. We got a pullback here, failed to break structure. So we were above it here. Pulled back, failed to break structure, found support down in this area, makes a new high. Now we're back in this area. If we can find support again, this is liable to push up to this, previous daily high. That's the last time we were above that 2 p.m. level here. We put in that high, traded all the way back down, failed to break structure. So these areas down here are valid for higher for the most part, right? until we start breaking structure. If this move takes out these lows here, that changes the narrative. So that's what we're waiting for. And this is typically where the market does stuff like that, where it just looks so clean and bullish. This is where the market just decides, let's just take it out and find support down here. You know, we've seen it so many times. That's why it's like very, very crucial to just wait it out. Let me take a look at YouTube here. Oh, it looks like Tanya just went long. Let's see. Yeah, Tanya just went long. Let's see. Tanya, well, Lumi's in a short and Tanya just went long. That's crazy. I still like the buys. It all depends on how this 5 minutes shaping up in here as well. We just traded back into this. Look at this wick, right? See, this is what you have to understand about wicks. Wicks extend the range, right? So this entire wick, you can hang around in this area for 15, 20 minutes and still be extremely bullish. This wick is a part of the structure, right? So just because we're diving into it does not invalidate the buys just yet. Just patience, bro. Like, and you really have to be one-sided in these markets. That I think that's probably the most profitable approach. Being one-sided to the point where when your setup is invalidated, you don't take a trade. You know what I mean? Instead of like trying to play both sides. Where if your setup, like let's say this broke, you might try and short it. That makes the game a little more complicated. And I am all about chill, uncomplicated trading. But yeah, let's take a look at what Lumi's up to and Tanya real quick. That looks good to me. Move it up a little bit. So Tanya's in the long. We're about to long this too. Hold on. Yeah, you see that, right? You guys see that? Did she close out her long or yeah, it looks like she closed it out. She was in the long here, but we're chilling. We're waiting for this confirmation. Oh, ES is giving confirmation. Look at ES. Yeah. Long. About 60 points, and we're going for 100 or so. Create limit order. 9 would be 1,000. 8 would be a little bit closer to 1,000. So let's go with 4 contracts on the breakout here. All right, remember we had certain areas drawn up in here. We're still inside of this bearish candle, still maintaining the lows, so not looking bearish at all. Having these pullbacks, but still failing to break lower. And then you have price should eventually start to respect an interior down close candle. All right, something like this. Just any one of these, respect it to go higher. 4, yeah, I'll go like 9 here. Yeah, so I'm waiting for this breakout here. The key is to watch ES because if we start taking out highs, that's gonna kind of kill the vibe. Ideal entry price $27,031, and I'm looking for 4 contracts. I might as well just put my order up here. I would love to see a closure, but at this point, ES is giving us that close. No, not a sell limit, kiddo. Let's put a buy limit there. Buy stop. And then notice the timestamps, right? The timestamps are giving you lots of support in this area. 5-minute candle. There we go. I'm looking for a 5-minute flip too here. We got a minute and a half. So actually, the next minute and a half should say a lot. But yeah, like I said, Tanya is back long. Lumi is short right now. That's crazy, right? You got Lumi, she's been in the short for a minute. Tanya is drawing up a buy, which she's buying ES, so she should be pretty solid. She's trading the same setup that we're looking at. I just haven't gotten my confirmation yet. This is crazy. The volume picks up right as this 5-minute candle is about to close. Notice the discrepancy here, right? Let's put that. Notice the EMA over on NAS versus the EMA on ES. YM, good job. Okay, yeah, we're chilling. If YM actually breaks out, we are chilling. Just wait for the confirmation. All right. This EMA is still bearish, which is not what I would want to see. All right. So I'm just watching closely here, because this could go bearish if it wants to, right? But I don't see it. I think it's just a delayed buy. So I'm just chilling. Looks like, all right. So yeah, Tanya's in the buys, which is crazy. And then you got Lumi in the shorts, which is also crazy. But I think this confirmation right here is starting to let you know that something's about to happen. So I'm waiting on the break of this 2 p.m. price. ES currently using 2 p.m. as support. That's a good look. All right. We're still trading. There we go. Now we're starting to break this bearish range, right? ES did give confirmation, by the way. So that's a good look. We're waiting for NASDAQ to confirm it once higher. Here you got ES breaking this down close candle range first. NASDAQ still sitting inside of it. I guess we did break it, but we pulled back inside of it, right? So now we're playing around the lows. So I'm just waiting here. Oh yeah, you're right, my bad. I tend to forget about that. Yeah, so this is the same setup. Tanya has a little something different where she got in off of this gap right here, which is not bad. Like I said, this was a good confirmation. When I look at NAS, I don't see NASDAQ offering a similar profile. So that just causes me to wait a little bit for a little more manipulation. And here's that manipulation, right? You get this drive lower. And then from there, you get to see if price wants to sweep. Is price going to actually end up closing through? It's 10:21. Typically, these moves have been happening by like 11 o'clock. So five-minute chart. Any SMTs here? So this drive looks pretty clean. It's crazy because ES takes out this low. Very subtle, right? NASDAQ doesn't. YM is ripping. Finally, like, you see how this is amazing to see, bro. You see how NASDAQ plays like the leader for a couple days. NASDAQ going crazy. And then YM during that span struggling to do anything. YM was just looking terrible. Now you got YM showing life on a Wednesday. Like, no, today's Thursday. Like, it's not even, it's the 4th day of the week, and YM is like just now coming to life. You would get like small moves, bullish here and there, like, but the bullish idea was hooked for the most part, right? Monday was all right. The overnight session went crazy. That's why. Wow, I didn't even notice that. I'm usually trading New York, but lately New York has been bearish for YM, right? And then you finally get that Thursday move. There goes a push here on. I'm going to get an early entry here, a strong close above this EMA. I'm just looking for, no, I'm not going to get in early because this is the same trade, whether I get in here or there. The safer entry is above here because we've seen price push into this area multiple times and fail. So it could get all the way back up here again and fail. You know what I mean? And then you're in drawdown because you got in too early. When you can just catch the breakout. And typically once that move is ready to go, it's going quickly, right? We see these quick expansions here. The moment we broke structure here, we didn't pull back much. You see, if you would have traded this breakout, you got 1, maybe 5 minutes. No, that's not even 5 minutes. 3 minutes of consolidation here, and then bang. We got to catch up though, so let's see. Yes, it's moving nicely. I'm looking for that down close candle, right? Where is that? Okay, there goes one right here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, this is the candle that price is using. We break out of this candle range, right? We tap into the lows of it. Nice move off of it. Close through it. Yeah. I'm setting my limits here across the table. So yeah, my limit is set right here. Once we start pushing above here, we should start seeing a closure through it. Maybe push it up a little bit. Can't hurt. 520. Yeah, something like that. But what you're looking for is, where is price finding support? We broke this bearish candle here on ES, and then you'll start noticing that it's using different bearish candles to climb higher. All right, so we broke here, tapping into that same range, right? And then expanded higher. So yeah, that's the play for me. We'll see if it gets filled. Tanya still in the buy, which is hilarious, bro. She bought ES, bro. She bought ES, and somehow ES is trading well without NASDAQ. You know what I mean? So kudos to that, but I can't buy it when it's doing that on its own. You know what I mean? I'd rather wait for this one to start agreeing. That's amazing to me, bro. But looking at NAS, like I said, this candle right here looks like the one we break. We retest this shadow range here, this bearish range, and then we continue out of it. We break these bearish candles, don't even bother to retest them. So I'm probably thinking we're going to start using this right here. this upper part of this candle right here as support. You know what I mean? It's looking for reasons to climb. It's 1027, so that's another piece of the pie. Does the market want to wait another 3 minutes? That's likely. Right? The market is all about timing. It's 1027 and we're getting a really, really good bullish setup. The next 30-minute candle could decide, let me sweep these lows before going higher just to be dirty. All right? And there goes, look at it, right off of this level. What do you see? Rejection. Now we're going to get a new 30-minute candle in exactly 2 minutes. These current candles right here become like free play for the market. Like, do we want to sweep these lows? Do we want to consolidate? What do we want to do? Right? And there's no way for you to know what it wants to do first. So if you can wait it out and wait till it's over, you can get the most A+ entries, you know. But a lot of traders, they don't see these timestamps. To a lot of traders, it looks like this. It looks like it's just rejecting off of this high right here. But what does this high mean? What's so special about this high, right? When you put on your timestamps, you can see this is a specific price. That price was holding 10 p.m. Look at how we're holding this level. Really nice. Was bearish overnight. Nice rejection. We broke it in the AM session. All right. And once we broke it in the AM session, we've retested it a few times, showed more bullishness off of it. All right. And now we're back in here. We just got a bit of consolidation. The cool thing is you're getting these breaks of structure on ES. So that's like your hint that, okay, this looks like it wants to go higher. But you have to be careful because that's also how massive reversals shape up, right? It's called SMT. ES takes the high, NASDAQ can't take that high, and it flips. So it's important for NASDAQ to keep making little subtle highs like this. You see how it stopped making lows and it started making highs when ES was making those highs as well, which makes me like the setup. You know what I mean? And then it should tag me in here eventually. And when that tags me in, we'll be looking for a quick move to these highs. YM, what are you trading into over here, my guy? YM still has a long way to go. YM has a long way to go. I don't think YM took out a daily candle high for what, maybe 2 days in a row. Let's see. So on Tuesday we made a new high. So Tuesday's high is still available and Wednesday high. So yeah, 2 days in a row. Tuesday's high, Wednesday's high, still available. That's where YM should be headed. All right. Yeah, so I'll set some alerts up here. Check out some standard deviations over here. Looks like I just got filled. Like I said, I got in late. I could have anticipated this. I could have found a reason, like maybe here. The better entry would have been here. Just an aggressive premature. But how many points is that? That's about a 20-point difference, 25-point difference. Yeah, 25-point difference. When I could just be patient, understanding that if we're on the right side here, we should take these highs. And that's at minimum 1R, right? And then you got this. And the reason I like this to take the highs is because of what time it is and how volume has been lately, right? Any other time I might be afraid. I might be like, yo, once ES takes this high, I got to go break even. It could reverse. But these bullish conditions have been so obvious lately that it's like, bro, just play the higher time frame draws here, especially when you got a beautiful setup. So like this is the setup to a T. Like if you can find this setup, this is a full port type of setup where like this is how I pass my eval so fast type of setup, right? You have, ignore the timestamps, ignore all of that, right? You see, anytime you see price aggressively break a bearish candle or a bullish candle on a higher time frame, that should catch your attention, right? Any aggressive move through here, look at this, a ton of bullish candles. So that's a lot of urgency off of this low here. And then you see price retest it and break structure again. And then you see that there's clear external draws, right? Your eyes should go immediately to that's it. And maybe not the highs, because the highs is where a lot of money is lost, but to the order blocks, because you could get SMT off of this high. You know, you don't know if both charts are gonna blow through this high. So that's why I like to target those order blocks instead. Those will get hit for sure. The highs, you never really know. And then you have the higher time frame giving us this bias. So when I zoom down and 930 immediately respects this area, look at this. This is where timestamps matter, right? When I pull up, I guess I gotta show you how I highlighted it, right? So yeah, down close candle gets ran through. Nice. Pulls back, breaks structure. So anything from the pullback area down to this, what is this? This range here. So it's like a breaker almost. But anything from where price turns around down to these lows is fair game for a retest to go higher. And when you pull 930 up and you say, all right, here. So I like the fact that we push right back into this gray zone here, and look at how 930 opened. Even if you're on a 5-minute chart, 930 opened, tapped into this 2 a.m. level, skyrocketed, made a new high. All right, so now all you're looking for is the break and retest. Because this happens so quick, all I want to know is, once price takes this high, how does it respond to this level? Sure enough, we take the high. Trader 101. Anytime a high or a low is taken on the higher time frame, you should expect a pullback, right? So with the pullback, how does price respond? Again, 5-minute candle wick. We're trading within this wick, generating a lot of liquidity. Good sign to me, because we're not breaking it. As long as we're not breaking it, I'm just going to consider this manipulation or accumulation, one or the other. We get accumulation, right? And you may even get some manipulation. Let's see. You'll look at this area here and you'll say, was there any SMT on the 5-minute? Anything of that nature? Let's see. SMT would have been driving to it. There it is, right? You get this subtle SMT here. That was a good sign of manipulation. You got accumulation, manipulate the lows. And that's why I was saying the moment we start breaking and retesting bearish candles, but you can find one in here. I'll make it yellow so you guys can see it, but the trade pretty much draws itself, right? And that's the best you can do. Wait for the trades that are painting the entire picture for you. Here, we tap into here, put this SMT, and look at what happens off of this SMT leg, right? You see price. If I move this gray zone over, move this over, kill the timestamps, you'll see that this down close candle was the first down close candle that made sense after this SMT. You see this move lower, price sweeps the low, gives you a nice move off of that bearish candle, retest, and just completely gets up out of there. It's gone, right? So with that, and then we got one more tap right here before it takes off. So that right there tells me this is where I want my stop. I want to be underneath here, right? And as long as we're underneath here, price should be able to trade smoothly to these highs, right? There's no reason to go break even. You have pretty much a shelf. If you look at the lower time frame, you have a shelf sitting right here on this bearish candle right here. You have two roadblocks that you're behind on your stop. So any move into here, you should expect a strong reaction out of it, right? And that's the name of the game. 2 p.m. Wouldn't be surprised if this level is used as support, right? You align this fair value gap with this 2 p.m. price, and you may see a very aggressive move higher. All right, and that's the game. Like, and notice how we were able to get all of this context within the first hour of the market. All right, from 9:30 to about, what time is this? 10:30. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly when I got in my trade. That's when the market pretty much gave us its narrative. And because it's so early, these are the trades you should see the biggest expansion from, right? We're still within this 930 range. We have taken out pre-market highs, retested support, right? So the one thing that you don't want to see is price take forever, because that kind of like tells you the volume's off, but you can't control the volume. So it's really no point even considering it a factor. Just trade the setup, and win or lose, you know this is the setup you want to see. So I'm gonna pretty much make some breakfast here, and I'll check back in on this, set some alerts at these highs, and then yeah, let's take a look at the lower time frame here. What are we seeing? Hide everything. What are we seeing? We see price officially break out. We're tapping into this. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. I see it. This is the playing field right here. So you see this this down close candle here is where we start the new leg up. We have a nice expansion off of it, retest, break structure. So now anything inside of this zone right here is where you expecting price to find more upside. And it'll start with a bearish candle, right? You want to see a bearish candle offered and flipped. Once that candle is flipped, you know that price will likely use that bearish candle to accelerate. So here we are, right? Pushing back. This is the, like I said, this is the entire range in gray right here. This is where you want to see price hold up. So we make a lower sweep here, meaning we take out these highs, these internal highs, all right? And with the internal high being taken, you want to see how price is responding back in this area. We might get the same exact protocol here, where you get this first drive, fail, push, SMT. So the SMT is on the way. Once you get this SMT, you're going to see price immediately rally to the high of a bearish candle. We just saw this happen, right? We just saw price take this high here, drive back into the bullish area. The first drive gave you a failed attempt, and then eventually you get like 3 candles in a row here, and then you get that bullish pressure, like I said, which essentially starts right here off of this 2 a.m. price. This drive into that low is what does it every time. You see it, right? You tap into it here, runs, tap into it here, runs, tap into it here, runs. Eventually it's gonna stop tapping into here, right? So what area could we use? This is where this comes into play. And the moment we start rallying through these bearish candles, that's a good position for higher. And you want to see it get back above this 2 p.m. price quite easily as well. All right, cool. So there goes your close through these down close candles, right? So now you're going to get a new gray zone here, which would be this series of moves lower, depending on where it closes. If it closes up above here, then that becomes above it. But whatever it closes through here in the next 30 seconds, that's what I'm anticipating to be the retest area that's supposed to hold on any drive lower to continue. All right, the draw, once the draw is set, you just have to understand how price likes to get there. This is a signature move, right? So this is why I'm cool enough to just wait on the buys without forcing an entry, because number one, we know that the markets have been extremely strong. Number two, we know YM has a long way to go. And what do you know? Look at where it holds, right? So we can map this trade out. So now all we have to do as a trader is let the trade do its part. We did our part. And sometimes, you know, the trade will let you down. Like, that's the part where it's like, it's almost like having like a pet or something. You train it or you study it so well and you guys are prepared. But then sometimes in the heat of the moment, it might let you down, you know? Your favorite puppy or dog might let you down. Even though everything looked like it was ready and good for you to take advantage of it, right? But you end up losing that one. Well, you come right back ready to go. You know what I mean? Because a lot of this stuff is very, very manipulated. Like, all it takes is a tweet about something stupid right now, and this extremely clean bullish setup gets wiped out. You know what I mean? So that's why you can't really have perfect expectations, but you can have pretty solid though. Like, I say this setup is gonna hit like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So you can have pretty solid expectations, man. As long as the volume's good, price is taking out these higher time frame levels. Lower time frame levels don't mean as much. But when the volume's low, these lower time frame sweeps can be catastrophic, sending price lower in a heartbeat. Even though it's not bearish, right? It just knows the range that it's working in. And you're able to identify the range that price is working in by understanding that every move starts with a down close candle or up close candle. No matter what, how you put it, no matter what strategy you trade, every move starts with an up close candle, which sounds crazy because it's so simple, but when you know what I'm saying, you can see it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know what I mean? Like every move, this move lower started this move higher. And I was able to see that. If you're able to see that, you say, oh, this low right here should be protected. Why not just put my stop below it? You know what I mean? This low should be protected. If this low is protected, there's only one other high here. These are the best ranges to trade because there's no real intermediate 5-minute highs. This is your 5-minute high. You know what I mean? We may create some. See, this is where it gets tricky. You see how it's creating these 5-minute highs and sweeping them? You want to see price close strongly through those 5-minute highs. But prior to this this high right here at 10:30, there was no other highs, right? So that's why I like this as my draw. And clearly it's the draw. ES is about to take it, and I was gonna trade ES too. That's the crazy part. I was drawing up ES first, but Nasdaq started to lag, so I'm like, let's just wait for Mr. NQ, Mrs. NQ, whichever you want to call it. And ES ends up blasting it. Tanya, bro. I didn't really understand Tanya's strategy until I started watching her a little bit more closely. Like, I used to just watch her to see what trade she was in. I really didn't care how she came up with the trade. But I started paying attention to like the setup she was taking, right? And I'm like, bro, these setups are so simple. And then you see them working, right? And I'm like, how are they working? And then you remember volume is like the key. These same setups, bro, I've seen them time and time again last year. These same setups were not moving as far, right? So you catch your 1-to-1 and then be done. Or maybe 1.5. You try anything bigger, you're getting stopped out off of manipulation, right? But lately, the ranges have been so clean. Like the highs and the lows have such a good like distance between them. Look at this. This move up, this is a great move before a valid pullback. Now you have this high, which is a lower time frame high. You know what I mean? Like, so this high is so algorithmic. It's almost like if you understand that the market is trending higher today, then you know this high it's just a matter of time before this high gets taken out, right? And if you can target the market open, you get first dibs on the first sweep. If you can identify it, this is going to be your first 5-minute sweep. Notice we didn't take this low at 9:30. From 9:30, we didn't take that low. And that's all 5-minute highs here. So this looks like what's going to be taken. And then ES over here gave the confirmation way earlier. So telling you that, all right, bro, this is about to take off. You combine that with these timestamps, right? Timestamps plus your trade idea, A+. The question is, what happens once ES takes this high? Because we're gonna pull back. I've seen this setup so many times, but it's like, bro, like if I really care enough about my trading, you gotta just let it go and let it do its thing, bro. There goes ES ripping. What? Tanya caught that whole move, bro. That's where I'm like, I like how simple her trading is. I've officially given her kudos on how simple her trading is, because a lot of the times I'm like today, like I'm like, why would you buy that there? But the market is simply just rewarding the right side. If you're bullish today, you're going to get some sort of reward. So just take a good entry. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I'm like, I need to I need to wait because I'm so used to getting in. And as soon as I get in, it pulls back. So I had to find a way around that. And this is my way around it. Just wait for the pullback and get in on the way up. Because as soon as I get my confirmation, this was like my confirmation right here, right? I had confirmation at 10:15. NASDAQ gives confirmation at 10:35. Right, with this breakout. With that breakout, I could buy it here, or I could do what we just did. Just wait for the dip, survive the drawdown, and then buy it at a better price with a safer stop. And then give it a chance, right? I'm hoping that oh man, this previous daily high about to get hit, bro. So we're gonna pull back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. YM is up in the middle of nowhere. That's tough. It's gonna pull back. But maybe we get like another burst here to just get the job done. It's almost 11. You know what I mean? Yeah. ES. Wow. Good job. No cap. No cap. Good job. But overall, A plus entry. Volume is pretty steady. We're looking for an 11 o'clock rally here. I would love this 10:50 to 11:15 macro to finish this delivery, pushing ES through previous daily high, and then sending NASDAQ to this 950 high, macro 1 high. Really, really nice. The 6 p.m. price needs to be broken quickly as well here. That's a pretty good push on ES, man. I'm looking for NASDAQ to just rip this macro high here and then see what happens after that high is taken. Need a nice rip through it. Good expansion, right? We use this gap fill here, expand. All right. That's really clean. Maybe price wants to retest this 6 p.m. price, but ideally, I want to see a strong move through that high. All right, there we go. So that's exactly what I was looking for. Now I think I'm okay with what are we sitting at? 1.2. You just don't want to be greedy, bro. This is more than enough. This is 75 points right here. All right, $500. And I'm gonna take that. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And I will wrap it up there. Also, I don't know if you saw the screen time, the home screen. I mean, sorry, but I am officially. I'm going Tanya style, bro. I'm going Tanya style with my streaming session. What does that mean? That means from now on, I will be on the charts at 9:30, looking for that first hourly or 2 hour volume. All right, so it'll be from 9:30 to 11:30. All right, so that's the new start time. New start time. Right at market open, I am online. And what this will do for me is it'll pretty much identify like volume versus no volume. You know what I mean? Whereas sometimes I'll wait until like 12 for the volume to pick up, which sometimes it does, and we're right, that was a good idea, and sometimes it doesn't. So in order to eliminate those, like Monday, for example, where I start the week off with a loss because the volume wasn't as strong as I was anticipating, volume was choppy, but if I were off the charts by 11 or 11:30, I would be okay. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty much looking for the volume for 2 hours. If it's not there, then I'm done. That'll make my trade so much better because when the volume is there, we can spot the trade, right? The volume is there, the trade is clean. The volume is not there, the trade is not there. I love NASDAQ for this right here. I want to see it hit this high. This right here just confirms everything, right? I don't have to be greedy in order for me to like build my confidence in this model here. Like I told you guys before, this model I've made a lot of money off of this model. But when the volume's not good, it almost like it gives you both sides, like, and it's hard to pick a side and hold it. But when the volume is good, you can see it, bro, like everything in here. So that's it for today. Two really, really nice trades. That buy yesterday between 9:30 and 10:30, A plus. See if it's still on my chart. Probably not. Wednesday, yeah. Here it is right here. That buy between 9:30 and 10:30. All right, so that buy in between that window right here, A plus. You see the timestamps holding up. You see midnight price holding up. You see it, right? And this is your target, but if previous daily high is nearby, target that as well because the higher time frame has been really, really aggressive. Nice. So you catch your buy. I think it was right here. I bought it. Previous daily high, and you can get a textbook stop loss. How do we put our stop loss together? You find that bearish candle that actually held price. Here it is right here. Bang. Before price takes off, it closes through here, drives into it and fails, drives into it again, fails. Buy here, stop underneath that candle low, add some cushion, 1.5R sounds good to me, right? No break even, bro, because why? It's going to take a high and pull back. We know that. So we can't go break even if we really want full TP. Bang. Trade over at 10:07. Got on the charts at 9:30. This is what you want to see, and I refuse to like settle for anything less right now. Just 10:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Those two windows are bringing the best trades. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm out of here though. Hopefully it does rip through this high. It's 11 o'clock. I would say anything, if it does end up driving back into here, any drive back into here and fail is a buy signal. All right, but was that about 75 points? Yeah. 70, 75 points. 1.25. I'll take it. Let me see here. I'll put these start times in there. And yeah. Notice this trade was sweat free, right? These should be the only trades you settle for, bro. Like, and if I'm looking at the 5 minute, get the 5 minute, give me my confirmation today. Let's see, man. 9:30, break, retest, flip. Yes, it did. If I erased all of this, I could have given you the same trade on the 5 minute chart, right? It would have been like this. Actually, don't even do that. It would have been a closure above this 10-15 level. Do we have a drive back into here with SMT? Yes, SMT was in here from what I remember. Oh, wait, no, let's see. It's a new level. Yes, give SMT around 10:30. Right here, 10:30. Take that low. Yeah, so there goes your subtle SMT. It's got to give SMT. Like, that's the key to a lot of these trades. Even if it's very, very subtle, it has to give it. There would have been your SMT. I'm looking at this candle right here for... Nice. So yeah, once we get this closure through... No, I'm just looking for the SMT. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, there goes your SMT. Once you get the SMT, you can drop to the 2 minute. There goes your SMT. A strong close back above this EMA. And I'm long here on the 5 minute chart with a stop underneath 10 p.m. Maybe 60 points again here. And then looking for probably this previous daily. 5 minute requires you to hold with a lot more patience though. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it blasts it, but if it does do something like this, you're forced to hold it. You can't really exit early because this is only 1 hour, right? Well, maybe. It depends. 1 hour is okay. But all in all, it's the same trade. Slightly different. I would prefer the 1 minute though. I'm not gonna lie to you. If the 1 minute's gonna be consistent, I would prefer to see the 1 minute. But we can't always get a clean 1 minute chart. So yeah, that's that, bro. I'm out of here. It's 11 o'clock. Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, I'll be in the chat waiting for these levels to be hit. Because ES broke that previous daily high, gap through it. Nice. See if we can find support here and continue. YM pulling back. Yeah, this should be good. All right, yeah. Yes, sir. All right, I gotta get my screenshots too. Hold on 1 second. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm out of here. Back online at 9:30 tomorrow. All right. Pray everybody has a blessed day, man. Later.